Now, on to The Last Jedi. Rian Johnson treated the entire movie like he was pandering to the fans. Don't like Snoke? Kill him. Don't like Kylo's stupid helmet? Smash it. Don't like Rey not losing? Have her get hit in the head with a pommel of a lightsaber. Want more cute creatures instead of ugly ones? Crystal foxes and porgs. Want a reason Luke ran away? Here it is. Not a good one, but here you go. Now, after this movie, a great deal of damage was done. Let's pretend that we can't go back and change anything from the movie or the books that were written before, and that I was put in charge after this thing was made. First, explain Rey's parentage. I was okay what they came up with in the end, but I would have preferred my own theory. Rey was both the daughter of Luke Skywalker and the granddaughter of Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan either got together with Duchess Satine or her sister, and the child was the Legends character Mara Jade, who eventually becomes Mara Jade Skywalker in Legends. Now, the Kenobi lineage would have explained the Emperor's interest in her and his want to experiment on her to keep her a neutral, uncorrupted agent of the Empire. Thus, Rey Skywalker would have been the canon equivalent of the Legends character Ben Skywalker, a popular regular character for over 20 books, rather than the canon equivalent of Ken Palpatine, a one-shot character who appeared in a couple comics and then was never seen or heard from again. As to why Luke didn't know about her and why she was on Jakku, Mara was pregnant with her around the time Ben destroyed the Jedi Academy. Luke resigned himself to exile in shame, and Mara, disgusted at his decision, broke up with him, never telling that she was pregnant. She then raised Rey for a bit on her own until she heard about the First Order. She left Rey on Jakku with a Force suggestion compelling her to wait there until she returned, thus explaining Rey's unhealthy obsession with the place. Mara went off to fight the First Order, but was never heard from again. As for Snoke, I'm actually perfectly fine with what they decided. I suspect it's what JJ was getting at in the first movie and what RJ hinted at heavily in the second. I wrote an essay on my theory that Palps was Snoke back when the first movie came out. They both were megalomaniacs who liked having giant holograms of themselves. They both had a tendency to overact. And more evidence was added on from the second movie. Able to force manipulate people from across the galaxy, purple-tinged force lightning, and most glaringly of all, they had the same theme song while torturing people. Just made sense. Why else would the First Order respect some random ugly dude they found in the unknown regions? And of course, it makes sense for Palps to hide himself since everybody knows and fears him. That was the one thing they did that actually did make sense. Now, to the big fix. How do I explain the huge difference between legend and canon at this point? Why, time travel, of course. JJ is a huge fan of it, as can be seen with Star Trek, and I could think of several instances where time travel could have resulted in the poorly thought-out world that Disney wrote. Time travel is an established possibility in both Legends and canon. Somehow, someone from the future, after the events of most of the Legends stories, could have gone back into the past, at some point after the events of Return of the Jedi, in order to attempt to alter something or prevent some atrocity from occurring. Stop the Seruvi, who sucked souls out of people and put them into weapons. Vanquish the Vong, who killed almost half the galaxy's population. Pith Palpatine's clones. You shouldn't look up what Pith is, it's really nasty. Or mess with Han and Leia's marriage, so that they never have Darth Caedus as a son. Of course, with all this messing in the timeline, the heroes never encounter the hardships that help them grow and learn, and thus evolve into the heroes that we knew. Thus, they devolve into the failures we see in Disney's movies. But then again, perhaps the alteration has already been shown to us. Towards the end of Rebels, Ezra Bridger enters a time nexus dimension where he reaches out through one of the portals and essentially retcons Ahsoka's death. What if she was supposed to die? What if the now living Ahsoka took on all the hardships that Han, Luke, and Leia were destined to face? What if her tales of Anakin Skywalker, far from inspiring Leia to make her amends with him, led her to hate her father even more, make her less likely to want a child, more likely to be a cold mother, and hide the truth from everyone until it was revealed in a scandal that left her ostracized from the New Republic? Several people were satisfied to say that Legends and canon are simply two similar but unconnected and independent universes. But that's quitters talk.